Yo, what is up, YouTube? So, I am here right now. Yo, I feel so exhilarated right now. So exhilarated. I feel so freaking good. Today is a special day. It really is a special day. Today is special. I'm telling you, today is special. Right now is special. My mind again has plateaued to a certain extent where I understand a little more. Again, every single day is a day where I understand more and more and more and more about myself, my surroundings, everything. Like, if you hear that in the background, it's like my sisters are being mad loud. But anyways, I understand a little more. I understand so much more. Like, not so much more. I just understand a little more. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like, literally, one day you guys will look back at this. One day you'll look back at this video, on all my videos, but understand that the key thing was, and this is the key to what I'm doing right now, is patience. Be patient. Like, that is the key. Patience, and how you're going to use your time. How efficiently are you going to use your time? Like, do you know what when you go about your day, right? Do you know exactly what you're going to do in that day? Do you already have it scheduled out? Like, I'm not saying you have to, but at least you'll know exactly how you're going to use your time. And some things just happen where you go and do something, it's just like bam, bam, I'm gonna go do it now. Those things just happen, right? Good, go do those things. But really, to use our, like, if we're being patient, we gotta take action, plus the patience, and in the action and the patience, it lies inside time. The action, the patience lies inside time. So you get, if I was to make success, I'll get some action and I'll get some patience, put that together and throw inside some time. You know what I mean? I'll get some action and some patience and throw inside some time, and then that will be some, like, really good, like, an amazing success formula right there, right? The time is the realm. So I throw action and patience in there. Action and patience. So and the action is whatever you're trying to go for. If you're trying to succeed at something, and your patience is being patient during the process. Whatever comes your way, you're just being patient with. Okay, I'm not gonna let it get to me. And then the time is allowing it to go in time, and not allowing it. You're not just trying to get it fast. You're allowing it to go the whole process, because things need a whole process. You need a process. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the reality. But I realized that, and this is so crazy. So I'm cleaning this thing off. But I've been realizing that more and more and more, little by little, and it's insane, man. Like, it's freaking insane. Oh my gosh, like, my mind is blown today. Like, it's like, boom. Like, somebody might think, why is is it really that crazy? If you only, I guess, understood exactly what I'm able to understand and make into sense. But I'll also say that before this time, before I even started my YouTube channel, 4 years ago, I didn't have this mindset. 4 years ago, I was a whole different person. So it took 4 years for me to just understand what I'm understanding now. So that just shows how you need to allow the process to go. 4 years ago, when I was 18, I decided for myself to change and become a better and better person every single day until how I am now. So if you probably look, if you're looking at me, say I'm 22, like I'm 22 years old, you probably look, oh, you know, you think like, oh, some nobody thinks like this or whatever, or people think like this, or you know, you're a very rare type. Well, yeah, it's true, but it's because I started when I was 18 to change my mind, to allow my mind to transform to how it is now. And I'm so glad that I took the path I did, because when I did take the path, when I took this path, nobody was taking it. No one was. Nobody in my family, nobody around me. Even now, my brothers and sisters call me, oh, you're an old man. They say, you're an old man because you don't do what young people do. I don't have to do what young people do. Or I don't go out and like feel like going out and like doing doing all those things and whatever and whatever. But it took me really, I'll say the thing that changed everything for me is this being more humble, man. Really letting more of that arrogance go, that ego, and being humble. You know, and I started like helping my parents instead of just trying to help myself. Like those are the things that brought me to, you know, my mind to the next level. Because I know it is at another level. I know it is because I see people around me. I witness it. I see the difference, how different I am to adults, people that are supposedly adults. And when I talk to them and I see kids, young teenagers, I mean, and teens and people my age, like I'm like, wow, like I feel like I'm in a different realm. But I'm still in the same like world, obviously, but I feel like I'm in a different dimension at the same time. But anyways, yeah, like, look, we can go, look, every single day, you use your time to what you're gonna use it for, alright? You can watch Netflix, a whole series. You know what you got from that? You know what you got from that? What you got from that was, you know about this whole show. And then you watch another one. Now what if you took that time and put into something else? Whatever it may be. But I'm telling you right now, if you put that time into something that's going to be beneficial for you, for yourself, not just your entertainment, it's going to be insane. It's going to help you on another level. Because why? Because honestly, let me tell you something. The system that we live in, they don't believe that you're going to do any of that. They don't believe it. Why? Because that's why they put all these distractions around. Because, oh, they're going to go to that. They're going to go to that. So there's going to be people that do it, but there's going to be the very few people that do it. It's the ones that are going to be more disciplined, the ones that are going to put their time into the things that are going to help them into the future, instead of just thinking about and looking at now. Those are the key things, man. Like those are the key stuff right there. Like, and you really have to. You really have to like build your character to see that. Without building your character, you're not gonna see any of that. And if I can say anything to any young person, and no matter if this is like 5 years from now you're watching this, 10 years from now you're watching this, or whatever years, or you're watching it now. If you have good parents and you know that you have parents around you that took care of you and took care of you well, and they're with you, your first step to succeed is to show that respect to them. I'm telling you right now, show that respect to them. Help them get to their next level. You're still young. You can still do what you got to do. They will help you towards where you got to go because of that respect. You're not going to be holding yourself back, helping them, especially if they want the best for you. I'm telling you, look, I know how things can be with parents. When I was 18, the main thing that changed me, I'm telling you this, was I stopped being rebellious, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm letting it go. I let it go. You know what happened when I let it go? everything changed. I changed. Ever since then, I got better every single day. Every single day. Like, that's really when people where I started to look very different to others. Where other people younger people will look at me more like, oh my gosh. Or even, one time I was in Uber, some guy, he was talking on the phone with one of his friends. He was middle-aged, and he was like, he was talking on the phone. The dude was like, he was on the phone with his friend. They were like, hey man, you I just picked him up from before I started the story, I picked him up from a bar, or not. I think it was a stripping club. I think it was a stripping club. And when I picked him up, he was on the phone talking to his friend, and his friend was like, hey dude, so how was it? And he was like, hey man, it was good, it was good, hot girls, that, such and such. And he was like, oh man, he's like, did you get any PUSSY? And he was like, yeah. And he looked at me, and I was like, anyways, what I'm saying, he was at the club doing all this stuff, the regular, the normal, and he's like, man, juvenile stuff, you know how it is. And I'm like, even though I don't know how it is, because I don't do that stuff. I don't go out and do any of those things. So he asked me what I'm doing. I told him my mindset. I told him what I'm doing. I told him what I'm trying to do. And what he said, he was so surprised. He was literally like, dude, that's crazy. Dude, that's good though, but that's crazy. Like, oh my gosh, like you don't see that, like that's. And I'm like, yeah, I understand, I know, And he's like, man, that's like insane. Like, he's so mind blown, because this is the thing. The same way he's mind blown just shows how much it's so normal to see the other things, and how rare it is to see where he saw me, But that is the rarity. And what I'm saying is like this is where I've come, and it's only been through time of the process. And not only that, when I used to, one of the pinnacle of when of these 4 years, there's 4 years that I able to have this mindset. The pinnacle of it was when I was in New York City. When I left to New York City and I went to culinary school, that was the pinnacle of it. That was the pinnacle. I went to culinary school in New York City from Florida. I never was in a city like that ever. I went by myself. I was out there. I was literally independent. I was at my uncle's, but my uncle, they're busy. I was out there independent. I had help to get out there, of course, family members, and I'm so thankful for them, and they will see how much one day. Anyways, but I'm saying, like, that was like the pinnacle for me. Like, I go into the repetitiveness of going to Manhattan, because that's where my school is located, and just going on a bus in Queens to the subway to Manhattan. That was so insane and intense for me, meaning, like, because I'm a person where I look at my surroundings, I take it in, I see, I make sense of it, and I was like, damn, this is crazy. Because I wasn't going out to clubs drinking after culinary school, after Fridays, doing those things. I wasn't doing any of that. I was going right back home to my uncle's, doing what I had to do. What everybody else did, I didn't do. So none of the stuff around me had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with me. Because honestly, I mean, I'm not going to say everything in New York City is about that, but a lot of it is. But that was it, man. And when I was on the subway and I was looking at everybody, I literally could see in these people's eyes, and this is what I felt, but who knows, I could just tell that most of the people didn't give a freak, and this is the way they were living. If they're happy with that, okay, that's fine. But I couldn't do that. There was no way in hell I was gonna do that. I would go on the street, I would see poor people laying on the street. I was like, there's no way in hell that I'm gonna keep like allowing myself to walk past without. And I know some of these people, you know, they have drug problems, but at least I can still give them something, right? But I didn't have no money, and I still don't. Anyways. But yeah, anyways. Seeing all that stuff, being in the freaking fire of it all, the flame, the sun, I was able to understand, and that really pushed my mind to an extent where I was like, hell no. That, and it really, like, I learned about myself more than anything in New York City. I learned in culinary too, about culinary, but that was a very small amount. At like 25%. Everything else, 75%. New York City was 75% learning about myself. And one day I'm gonna make a video about it. I'm gonna go back up to New York to make a video about it, because that was a very pivotal moment of my life. It really was. It really was, like, in my mind, like, people don't understand, like, it was, I'm so glad everything I went through, everything, I will never change it. And, yeah, it's like, but all that was time. To even get to New York City, it was time. I had to work at Walmart for 1.5 years. It was time, man. Like, before like, all that stuff was time. Like, I learned, like, I do Uber now, and I learned how to drive, and I can drive really good now. Like, I'm an amazing driver. I can drive anywhere I want without no problem. I'm not scared. And if I'm a little scared, then I'll still go, because and it'll make me better, and I'll get over it. But what I'm saying is, like, that's 4 years of driving experience right there. 4 years of driving experience. Time. For something to be good, you need time. You're not gonna be able to get anything of even foundation, without no time, man. Time. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, time is what it is. Like, I'm just talking like time, man. Like, using your time efficiently, but also taking the action and going for it, doing what you want to do, following what you want to do. When I went to New York, I was following what I wanted to do, to going big with culinary, but I realized after the culinary that it wasn't for me. But still, I was going for it, and I did whatever it took to do it. I did whatever it took. And just like that, I'll do whatever it takes for what I understand now and what I believe I need to do now. And it's no difference. But now, after taking it in, understanding when I first got a job when I was 19, and when you first get a job, you know, you want to spend money, because, you know, especially if you didn't have it. I didn't have money when I was younger. I didn't grow up for money at all. So when I got money, I wanted to spend things on myself. I wanted to get things for myself, and I got those things. And of course, so a lot of times when you first get money like that, you overspend it. You do a lot of dumb things. You know, you go to school, whatever, go on a shopping spree, you're like, damn, I spent all that money. Like, yeah, I did that. My money will fly by. It'll be gone, but that's how it was. But now I can look back at that, and I can be like, you know what? I did that before. I can do this now. Because that didn't help me before, but I can do it where it does help me. See, that was the mistake, but now I know. I can take that now because I looked at that situation and observed it. Instead of just going with it and just keep going like a bag in the air, I'm controlling and taking control of of my life, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use this and do this way, and I have to stay disciplined and do it that way. And that's how it's gonna fall through. And hey, it's not gonna go exactly how I think it is, but I feel amazing. I'm so glad at everything, every single thing that's gonna happen afterwards, and that already happened before. I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for it, because I would not be the person if I did not take the step to change myself, to say, you know what, I'm gonna be a better son to my mom and dad, because it's the right thing to do, because they already did so much for me. I'm gonna take that away. I'm gonna take away that I'm gonna take that arrogance away. I'm gonna stop being rebellious. I'm gonna start now, and I'm gonna change. And that's what made me change into who I am now. This mindset. See, I might not have certain things yet, but I have the mindset. There's the Rashid effect. I'm out. I'm mad exhilarated. Peace.